Hello guys, welcome back to its programmer. This is Eman Gaikwad in front of you, and guys, in from our previous video we have started our backend series, and in previous video what we have studied our Express framework and how to use the combination of Express and Node to write a server side programming. Okay, so guys, if you have not seen our previous video, then this is the thumbnail in front of you. You can see that video, and just after seeing that video just came to this video. Okay, so guys, in this video what we are going to learn, if any request is there, requests are of much forms. It can be in get form, it can be in post form, it can be in patch form, it can be in put form, and it can be in delete form. Okay, so from among these 5 requests we have studied only the get form and listen form, okay, and also use form. So that 3 requests we have studied, and yes, you have not listened about put, patch and delete. So we are going to also cover that all requests in our today's video. So before that, I'm going to tell you, if you want to use your put request, get request, post request as well as patch request, then which framework or which library we have to use. So for that we have to use EJS templating. Okay, so first of all, as you are seeing on your screen, these are my handwritten notes which are made by me. If you want that notes, then I want your comment in comment box, and I will provide this my handwritten notes in my description box. Okay, so guys, first of all, just let's come to know what is the full form of EJS. EJS is nothing but the embedded JavaScript templating. Okay, if you want to embed JavaScript in your HTML, then you have to use their EJS templating. And to just simply install EJS, the command is there, that is npm install EJS. If you will simply write this command in your terminal, then your EJS will get started. And after doing that, what you have to write, you have to set your view engine that as a EJS, and to set your view engine as a EJS, you can use their app.set view engine as a EJS. You can see in a red color I have written there the app.set method, and after using app.set method, your view engine will get set as a EJS. And after doing that, what you have to use, after setting the view engine as a EJS, you have to simply require the path package. And to require path, we have simply write there the code const path is equal to require path, and after requiring that path, you have to set views as a main path directory for our EJS templates. Okay, to use EJS paths, we have to write there app.set views as a path.join directory name /views. Okay, after doing that, what we will use, so after, if you are using Express, so to use Express we have to use the methods of Express, and we access that methods by app.dot operator. Okay, and to use that methods we use Express. So similarly, if you want to use EJS, then what we will use from that EJS, we will use the operators of EJS and the tags of EJS. And which are that tags which are mostly used, that tags are in front of you, that is less than, percentage greater than, less than percentage equal to, percentage greater than. Second tag is less than percentage greater than. Third tag is less than percentage hyphen percentage greater than. And among that 3 tags, how do we use that 3? Okay, so from that, first is used to display the single line of JavaScript. Okay, if you want to display single line of JavaScript, then you will use less than percentage equal to. If you want to use the looping statements like if else, while loop, for loop, then you will use second tag, that is less than percentage greater than. And if you want to include something in your HTML template, then you use there less than percentage hyphen percentage greater than. Okay, so guys, what is, as I told you, the if you want to use include, then you use this third tag. So what is the include? What is include? Okay, so as you know, in our programming languages we use the functions. What are the functions? Functions are nothing but the smaller block of code which performs particular task. If you want to write any code in particular block which is used again and again in our code, then we use functions there. We write that particular code in functions, and we use the function calling while we need that particular code. Okay, so similarly, if you want to use any particular code again and again, then you simply write that particular code in include, and you use that include whenever you need that code. Okay, so what type of code do we write in includes? We write there header section, footer section, and any block which we are needing again and again. It can be in front end form. Okay, so guys, it was about third tag. Second tag was less than percentage, and yes, as I told you, if we want to use the looping statements like for loop, while loop, if else statements, then you use second tag, that is less than percentage greater than. And to use that, as I have taken here example, that I have used here if statement, if and there is condition, and that particular if statement is written in less than percentage sign, and also the curly brace, the ending curly brace is also written in less than percentage greater than. Okay, this was about the tags of EJS. Now we are going to see how we use the views folder and public folder. Okay, if you want to use the EJS files if you want to response in HTML page. If you want to send HTML page as a response, then you use EJS, and if you want to use EJS files, then you have to store that EJS files in views folder. And to access views folder, we have to write a single line of code, that is wait a minute, to access the views folder you have to write a single line of code, that is app.set views path.join directory name /views, as the line is displayed on your screen. Okay, so this is that single line. And similarly, if you want to use CSS files or JavaScript files, then you have to store that particular CSS and JavaScript files in public folder. Okay, and to access that public folder, you use their app.use express.static public, as I have written in our notes. Okay, so this is single line of code. You have to use that all middlewares while using the folders. Okay, and while using the CSS and JavaScript files. So app.use express.static public folder. So this will be to access public folder, and if you want to access that public folder from any location of your directory, then you have to use that app.use express.static path.join directory name is equal to public. Okay, so this is the single line. If you want to take screenshot, then you can also take screenshot of it, and we are going to use that all particular lines in our ahead project. Okay, we are going to make a full stack project which will also include front end, back end, and database like MySQL. Okay, we are going to make that particular project in our next video. Okay, so if you want that, I want your comment in our comment box. We will definitely make it very soon. In 20 days, next 20 days, we are going to make a full stack project. Okay, if you want that, then stay tuned and just hit the like button, and I want your comment in comment box. Okay, so as I told you, what is include is nothing but a simple block of code which we want to display again and again. Whenever we want it, we will just use their include, and that I have written here in Marathi. Okay, so guys, this was the use of include, and as I told you, for that we use EJS third tag, that is less than percentage hyphen, and inside that we have include that block of code head.ejs file. Okay, and percentage greater than. So yes, that's fine. So guys, let's now study that. As I told you, there are much type of requests, that is get request, post request, patch request, delete request, put request. So from that, among all requests, why do we use get request and why do we use post request, and what is difference in get request and post request use? Okay, so let's study. To use get request, used to get some response. We use get request to get some response. And why do we use post request? Post request is used to post something for write update. Okay, so if you want to update anything in database, then we use post request. Okay, and if you want to get something from database, then we use get request. This is the first point. Second is data sent in query string. Means in get request, data is sent in query string, and in post request, data sent via request body. If you want to access the data came from get request, then we have to use their query string, and if you want to fetch the data of post request, then we have to use their body, request.body. Okay, so this was the difference in get request and post request. Okay, this is fine. Okay, this was the difference. And now the next is that app.set express.url encoded extended true. What is the meaning of this particular line? This is nothing but the middleware. Okay, if you are using post request, if you are using get request, then in get request the data is always in JSON form, or yes, it will be always in JSON form or object form. But if you are using post request, then data can be in JSON form also, data can be in any another form also. So to fetch that URL, to understand that URL to our server side, we use this particular middleware. In that middleware, what we have written, express.url encoded, the data which has been encoded in URL, that all should be get understood to server. So for to understand that all things, we use this particular middleware. Okay, that's fine. So you can also take screenshot of this. We are also going to use this particular URL in our project. Okay, so now ahead are the CRUD operations. As I told you, that is get request, post request, put request, patch request, delete request. We use get request to retrieve resources. As I told you, now we use post request to submit new data or to server. We use put request to update whole data. If you want to update whole data, then we use put request. Okay, why do we use patch request? To update specific data. To update specific data, we use patch request. To update whole data, we use put request. To remove any data, we use delete request. Okay, so this was the CRUD operations. And yes, after that, I don't think there are much things. Okay, here is one thing, that is method override. It is also one of the most important concept, that if you want to use their put request, patch request, and delete request, So I want to first of all tell you, the server side programming only knows the two requests, that is get request and post request. And if you are using another any request rather than the post and get, then you have to use their method override. Okay, so you have to require that package. So you have to first of all install that method override. So to install it, you will simply write npm install method override in your terminal, and after installing it, you will simply require it. To require that method override, you will simply write that two lines in your index.js. So that two lines are in front of you, that is const method override require method override app.use method override in double quotation underscore method. And after writing that, if you will use their underscore method, then it will be get used. Okay, and after that you have to also use one more middleware, because that data can be in JSON form, as I told you. So to pass that JSON data in the machine understandable form, you have to simply use their app.use express.json, this middleware. So these are some middlewares. If you will use that all middlewares, then I don't think any problem will be there in your server side programming. So guys, in this video, in short term, we have also learned all of the things according to me. Okay, so if you have seen our previous video also, and if you have seen our this video also, so our backend has been finished according to me, because using this backend we are going to make a single project, and that project will be totally based on these two videos. Okay, so without wasting much time, we will meet in our next video with our fantastic project. And yes, really I am very excited for it. Are you excited? Comment in comment box. Okay, and how was this video? Please comment in comment box, and stay tuned to our channel. Share this video to your friends, and yes, we want to make our family bigger and bigger, so please do subscribe to our channel if you are new to this channel. Okay, and please comment in comment box and like this video. We will meet in next video. Till then, keep learning, keep coding. Bye bye.